It doesn't align. You can't have, a great body and then you have no money. That doesn't align. You can't be so spiritual and so holier than thou, excuse me, that you don't have any money. And so totally, when I think about when Mr. Jack Fallon created this company, he had to have already thought about mind, body, spirit, and money comes last. One of the things that I have learned in my journey, and I've been in this industry for almost 12 years, I've been at TLC for 6, is that mind, body, spirit comes first, and the money really does come last. And so one of my great friends, and I'm sure y'all know Mr. Bob Proctor says this a lot, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. I want to repeat that again. Mr. Bob Proctor, he says, whatever the mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve. And what that simply means is that whatever you believe in your mind, you're right. Oftentimes, there's so many of us that are skeptical because of our past experiences, because of our past failures, because of our past relationships. But I often say, when you change your mind, you change your money. And so my question to you would be, what are you doing every day to grow personally? What do you do on a daily basis that you know that you are becoming greater than the man or the woman that you were yesterday? We often hear people say that we're human beings, but when you really think about that, do you really want to be or do you want to become? And so when you change your mind, you're able to think differently. You're able to look at things differently. And so what I do as a leader of leaders is that every day, every single day, I do personal development, minimum an hour a day. My routine is that I like to wake up about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I immediately go to YouTube. And I pick what I want to do, where I want to grow for the day. And as I'm in my bed, I'm listening. I have a notepad by my book, or I type in my notes, and I'm constantly doing personal development. And whatever I learn throughout that morning, I implement it throughout the day. So my goal is to stretch myself and to think different and to be different and to make decisions from my new mind. Some of y'all have heard of Mr. Albert Einstein. He said insanity is doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. And so how can you keep making new decisions with the same mind? And so every day I want to encourage you to take the time to renew your mind. The Bible says, do not conform to this ye world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. And so every day, as a life changer, as a businesswoman and a businessman, you want to grow every day. And that is the totality, what I believe, of your mind. During my workouts, because we're going to talk about body, spirit here in a minute, but during my workouts, I tell myself whatever I can't do, I must do. I'm constantly talking to myself. During my workouts, Muhammad Ali says that you don't count until it hurts. You heard probably, I think it was the Army says, a pain is weakness leaving the body. So throughout my workouts, I'm constantly having conversations with myself because I believe that my mind is my boss and my body is my worker. Repeat after me. My mind is my boss and my body is my worker. Remember, your body will do whatever your mind tells it to do. So when you start to grow and act like a leader and act like the person you see yourself becoming, you will start to show up differently. And suddenly you will see yourself as a whole new person, and the world will view you as that person as well. And so what I would tell you before we move on to body, spirit, and I am going to close before we leave here with teaching you the A, B, C, D's, and E's of my version of success. Here's what I would tell you is when you look at life, if you can start to see the end and the beginning, if you can conceive it in your mind, but believe it in your heart, anything that you want is possible. But the mind is interconnected with the body and the spirit. So when I think about mind food, I believe that these 3 products right here, from focus, mental clarity, and energy, this is the most optimum mind food for me. I use these 3 products every day. I just started using Life Drops maybe about 3 months ago, and I can tell a significant difference in my workout when I do not have my B12. So for Stormy Wellington, mental clarity, focus, energy throughout, the day, this right here is my mind food. And that's one of the things I love about TLC. We got something for everybody. Mind food. Also, so we're going to talk about body. And of course, can I be honest with you? Like, as a Total Life Changers, we are truly in the health and wellness industry. And so you want to do your very best to have an optimal body. You know, you got some people that's going to be tall and long, short and stubby, but I believe that your goal should be to look your very best, to try your very best every day. And so part of what I use for body is, number one, I use Alleviate. I get massages with Alleviate. I put Alleviate on my stomach when I'm working out to burn extra fat. And so Alleviate is actually one of my favorite products to use on a daily basis. But let me tell you about the human body. You know, when you meet people, especially now that we are, you know, taking our health serious, is what I believe. The first thing they're going to look at is, what does your body look like? When I first got into TLC, my very first goal was to transform. I wanted to make sure that I didn't look like a fraud, that I didn't look like a hypocrite, and how could I sell a product that I believed in that creates results that pretty much can help you to lose crazy weight, but then I wasn't losing any weight. So when you are building your business, it is very important that you commit to that physical body transformation. And it could be as simple as you walking for 30 minutes a day. I believe that our products are more effective. You know, if you're detoxing every day, and of course you're on our products, you are going to need to physically move your body. And so you could walk for 30 minutes. You could find easy online YouTube videos to work out with. I work out every day online with my son. He's a personal trainer. I give myself at least 30 minutes a day of high intense heart rate movement, body movement. You know, stretching is very good. And so you cannot think that you're going to be someone respected as a Total Life Changer and your body is hasn't transformed. You may not wear a size 0, a size 2, or a size 4, but your peers should see some type of transformation. You should see that, you know, you no longer look the same way you did day 1 as you do day 90, you know. And I think that sometimes we take that lightly. And so not only are you able to do something to transform your personal body, you know, from the inside out, here's what I tell people. Some of us are inspired by our outside transformation, and we go from the outside in. And so what I encourage you to do is figure out what your formula is. Are you the type of person that you would transform everything, your spirit and your mind, if your body just changed? Let me repeat that, 'cause some of y'all may have missed that. Are you the type of person that once you see a difference in your body, your mind may come second, your spirit may come third? Everybody's formula works differently. I could tell you this right now. Get in tune with your mind and your body, and your spirit will happen to fall in line with you. I promise you. Or get into that place that you look yourself in the mirror and decide that you're going to commit to using our products. You're going to commit to stretching your body. You're going to commit to looking your very best. You're going to disdain from the carbs and disdain from the things that causes you not to feel and look your best. And so detox, use your tea every day. You know, take your NutriBurst every day. Take your B12 every day. And every day, find a reason and find a way to move your body. Give yourself at least 30 minutes a day. And I promise you, you will feel like a whole new person, but so many other things will happen for you. Remember, mind, body, spirit, and I got to tell you the truth, the money's going to come last. Let's go. So we're now going to talk about spirit, and I don't know if y'all can see I got my diffuser, my essential oils. I'm a sager, so I want to clear the air. So I believe that, you know, mind, body, spirit is the totality of who we are as Total Life Changers. You cannot represent one without representing all three if you really want to embody the spirit of a Total Life Changer. When I first got into Total Life Changes, I was chasing the money, I was chasing the physical transformation, and I realized that, wait a minute, we represent so much more than just T, NutriBurst, NRG. When you come inside of TLC and you really don't just join TLC, but TLC gets on the inside of you, it's a different type of spiritual alignment and connection that you have. You know, the connection to our family. You know, we love each other, period. We really operate like a family. You know, from Mr. Jack Fallon to John Akari, we really are family. And so when I started to really embrace that, man, I love this company. This company is not just, you know, a part of my business, but a part of my family. Something began to happen. And what I want to teach about when it comes to the spiritual side of things, because I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm going to teach you the A, B, C, D's, and the E's of success so that I don't go into a preacher mode, okay? So A, alignment. You have to spiritually align with that in which you want. So many times we're so busy trying to be what everybody else wants us to be. So many times we're busy chasing our goals, that we don't realize that your goal is one thing, but the vision for your life is something else. And so I want you to stop what you're doing and write down, where do you see yourself in the next 12 months? What is the vision for your life? What does a day with you look like? How do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel about your family that you've created inside of your internal home? How do you feel about your friends? Every day is a new day to work towards that in which you see for your future. That's real alignment. Real alignment is when you know where you want to go, you see where you want to go, and you only do things that take you closer to that location. Period. Point blank. End of story. You don't do the things opposite of what you see. And so I often tell myself, my vision pulls while my purpose pushes. My vision pulls me every day to keep doing the things that's necessary for me to stay in alignment. So I encourage you guys to figure out what that looks like for you. What does your life look like totally? And remember, if you're still looking at TLC like it's over there, you got it all wrong. TLC is a lifestyle. You incorporate this in your lifestyle. You brush your teeth with our toothpaste. You use our immune oil. It becomes a part of your day-to-day life. It's not in addition to. It's not over there. It's like the air you breathe. That's when you know you're in alignment. So the first alignment is with you. That's spiritual. Okay, it's something that you can't see or touch, but you feel it because you live it. Does that make sense? So align with that in which you want. And I could tell you from the head, Mr. Jack Fallon, to what I know about the leadership, alignment, you're right at the right place at the right time. Second alignment, I believe, is with your upline. I encourage you to get in alignment with your upline. Identify people in your organization that you could, work in tandem with. Whatever your weakness is, you find that in other people, and you learn how to really work with your team as if you are a family, as if you are a unit. When they may be falling off or not operating the way that you would love them to, you continue to be the example with the way that you operate every day. That's alignment. Alignment is doing what you must do even when you don't feel like doing it, because you see yourself where you're going and you're going to be that person that is the example. That is what I believe is alignment. That's how I live my life, okay? The B, believe. You have to believe that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing to get to that next level. You got to believe in Total Life Changes. You got to believe in your upline. You got to believe that you have the perfect environment to create the perfect team. You got to believe in yourself. But when you look at that word believe, okay, it says be lie. So in the beginning, you got to be willing to lie to yourself, because a lot of us, when we first start, we're not where we want to be. We don't have the money. I sure was broke. I borrowed the money to join Total Life Changes. You don't have the body. You may feel like, oh my God, she looks better than me and nobody's going to want to listen to me. Well, when I first started, I was 25, 30 pounds overweight, so much more inches wider. So at the end of the day, guys, when you really believe in what you're doing, you have a different attitude. You show up with a different posture, and you don't quit when you really believe. And I can tell you right now, a true tool is belief. So what I want you all to do is start to believe in what you can't see. Start to believe that if I can do it, that if these leaders can do it. The stories of the leaders that we have in TLC is just crazy, mind-blowing, to the point where you probably wouldn't even believe them unless you sat down with them. So if these other leaders, the Ana Contetas of the world, the Julio Halamas of the world, the Natalie Nicole Smiths, of the world, right? If they can do it, why can't you do it? And so what I encourage you to do is to believe bigger, faster, okay? And never allow your memories to be bigger than your dreams. Whatever you experienced in your past, it doesn't matter. See yourself for the person that you are going to become by aligning yourself with the vision of Mr. Jack Fallon, which is to have the largest middle class in network marketing, which is to have, products that you can feel, products that offer immediate results and can give you a normal quality of life. Align with that. Align with his vision to change the world, mind, body, spirit. Align with his vision of being an energy that when people meet us as Total Life Changes, we just have the energy. That's what you got to do. So believe, no matter what it may look like right now, believe. And again, you got to be in that spirit to even believe what you have never experienced. Think about that. You got to be someone that's deeper than the surface to believe in what you never experienced. And I can tell you right now, from food stamps, Section 8, high school dropout, the most judged woman in the world, to now the number one income earner in this industry in the health and wellness field. Guess what? If I can believe, guess what? You can do the very same thing. The C is the commitment and the consistency. You have to be committed. No matter what the day may look like, no matter what your mood may feel like, no matter what's going on with your husband, your boyfriend, your mama, your sister, you have to be committed every day. Because guess what? Every day you take a day off, you have set yourself backwards. Okay, there's 7 days in a week. You can't just work 2 days of the week and then say you want to be, a leader, or say that you want to be a 6 or 7 figure earner. You got to be committed to the process. It's an everyday thing. You keep going no matter what. I tell people, one of my best friends, her name is Kim. Keep it moving. You got to put one foot in front of the other no matter what. That's real commitment. Another thing that I could tell you all is commitment. Let me tell you how we spell commitment on my team, okay? We spell it C-A-S-H, cash, baby. C-A-S-H. A committed person is on the 120 Smart Ship. You know why? Because you know that you're going to maximize the compensation plan, and you cannot maximize the compensation plan on a $40 Smart Ship. I'm just being honest. So your commitment will show up in the way you invest in your business, the way you invest in personal growth and development, the way you invest in attending workshops and seminars, the way you invest in yourself. And so you got to be committed. Okay, but you also gotta be consistent. And I believe commitment and consistency really is the same thing. So every day you're gonna show up. And the D is the disciplines. You gotta have the disciplines enough to say, whatever I can't do, I must do. You gotta have the discipline to say, I know what I'm looking to gain from my results. I know what I'm looking to gain. I'm looking to take my results and build this business. I'm looking to take my experience and share with other people that how I kept going when I was dealing with a divorce, how I kept going when I was dealing with a custody battle, how I kept going when my team turned their back on me. I'm still disciplined. I'm going to keep going even though I may have a headache today and I don't feel like walking. I'm going to keep going even though my husband may be acting funny and not treating me the right way. There's so many things that we experience. I'm going to keep going when my best friend quit and turned her auto-ship off because I'm being disciplined, because I see myself. I'm going to keep drinking my NutriBurst because I know that it makes me feel good and I can't afford not to drink my NutriBurst. I'm going to be disciplined enough to every day drink my tea before I go to bed because I may not see the result immediately, but suddenly I'm going to wake up being 10 pounds lighter, 10 inches smaller, okay? So there's so many things that comes from being disciplined. You don't know the result of discipline until you're disciplined. I want you to listen to that. You would never know the results of discipline until you become disciplined yourself. And then the E, because it's as simple as A, B, C, D, and E. The E is edification. It is important that you edify Mr. Jack Fallon, Mr. John LeCarry, our corporate office. We have a 50,000 square foot facility located in Ira, Michigan, debt free. We have offices, satellite offices in many different parts of the world. We have a CEO that still comes to the office every day. He's hands on, always innovative, always coming up with new technology and new tools and new products that we can bring and take to the marketplace. He's been in the game since 1999 and now he's running TLC. And so there's so many amazing stories, guys, but edification comes from your soul. See, guys, when TLC started in 1999 in the basement with this one product, Mr. Jack Fallon used to sell this product out of the trunk of his car. People would come to his home. His mom and his family worked in the basement, including Rosa Armenta. But now we are on our way to being a $10 billion company, and you get to be a part of that. See, my upline, these are the stories, guys, that you got to know in order to properly edify for you to be able to build your business. You learn to properly edify so that you can build your business. And I want you to know that edification is a tool. So there's 3 stories I want you guys to learn today. I want you to learn Mr. Jack Fallon's story, TLC story. I want you to learn your upline story. And I want you to work very hard on creating your story. And learn to tell the story as if you're telling a story and start to use these amazing stories as a tool, okay? And so, guys, in closing, The A, B, C, D's, and E's in TLC of success will help you to create success as easy as 1, 2, 3. I want to encourage you guys right now to embody, totally embody mind, body, spirit when you think about total life changes. But don't think about it as it being something out there. Think about your mind. What are you going to do every day? Your body, what are you going to do every day? Your spirit, how do you want to show up? What kind of energy do you want to bring in the room? And when you represent total life changes, you represent total life changes as a person that has totally changed their life. Guys, I've been a part of TLC for 6 years. It has been one of the most amazing experiences that I have ever had. And I'm so grateful that throughout the pandemic, Mr. Jack Fallon came up with innovative ways to make sure that we keep moving forward, that we keep being productive, we keep reinventing ourselves, and that we keep being the darlings of this industry. And so, darling, I want to say thank you so much for watching me. My name is Stormy Wellington. Many people call me Coach all around the world. I want to say to you all, thank you for believing. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye, my friends.